Did you know that 72-year-old Martha collapsed suddenly last Tuesday? She was simply getting up from dinner with her family when her knees buckled beneath her. No warning signs, no previous falls, just a normal evening that ended with a trip to the emergency room and a devastating diagnosis. Her doctor's words shocked everyone. "Your muscles have deteriorated so much that independent living may no longer be possible." Martha's family was stunned. Just 3 months earlier, she had been gardening, shopping, and playing with her grandchildren. Now, they were discussing assisted living facilities and full-time care. The worst part? This could have been prevented with a simple 60-second test that almost no one knows about. Welcome back to Golden Vitality. In today's video, we're discussing something that could literally change your life after 70. A simple knee test that medical researchers have found can predict how many years of independent living you have left. Think about this. 2 75-year-old men, Richard and William, both retired around the same time 5 years ago. Today, Richard still travels, plays golf 3 times a week, and recently helped his son renovate his kitchen. William, however, can barely make it from his bed to the bathroom without assistance. He needs help with basic daily tasks and hasn't left his home in months. What's the difference between them? It wasn't genetics. It wasn't luck. It was the strength of their leg muscles and the stability of their knees. Something that research shows is directly linked to longevity and quality of life after 70. But here's what your doctor probably isn't telling you. The strength in your knees isn't just about walking or climbing stairs. It's actually one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live, and more importantly, how well you'll live in your later years. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who couldn't pass this simple knee test had a 78% higher risk of losing their independence within 5 years. Even more shocking, they had a 63% higher risk of premature death compared to those who passed. Think about that for a moment. A simple 60-second test could tell you if you're on the path to a long, independent life or heading toward dependency and decline. But it doesn't have to be this way. What if I told you that regardless of your current knee strength, there are 5 simple moves you can start doing today that could dramatically improve your results on this test? What if you could potentially add years of independent living to your life with exercises so simple you can do them while watching TV? By the end of this video, you'll learn how to perform the exact 60-second knee test researchers use to predict longevity, what your score reveals about your future health and independence. 5 simple exercises that can improve your score regardless of your starting point. The 3 common mistakes most people over 70 make that accelerate knee deterioration. And a simple morning routine that can strengthen your knees in as little as 3 weeks. Stay with me until the end, because after I share all 5 exercises, I'll reveal a surprising food that was shown to improve knee function by 47% in just 8 weeks in a clinical trial. Something most doctors don't even know about. But before we continue, if you're finding this information valuable so far, please comment knees below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our life-changing videos for seniors. Now, let's talk about this powerful 60-second test that could change everything you thought you knew about aging. Now, let's get to the test that could reveal your true biological age and predict how many healthy years you have ahead of you. It's called the sit-to-stand test, and it was developed by geriatric specialists at Oxford University to measure functional lower body strength, which turns out to be one of the most powerful predictors of longevity after 70. Here's how to perform it properly. First, find a sturdy chair without armrests. The seat should be about 17 inches from the floor, standard chair height. Place it against a wall so it won't move during the test. Sit in the middle of the chair with your back straight, feet flat on the floor about shoulder width apart. Your arms should be crossed over your chest, not pushing on your knees or the chair. Set a timer for exactly 60 seconds. When you start the timer, stand up completely until your legs are straight, then sit back down. Repeat this movement as many times as you can within the 60-second time frame. Each complete stand up and sit down counts as 1 repetition. Count how many you can do in the full minute. Now, here's what your score means. For women aged 70 to 79, less than 12 repetitions, high risk, you may only have 3 to 5 years of independent living left. 12 to 15 repetitions, moderate risk, you're below average for your age group. 16 to 18 repetitions, average, you're on par with most people your age. 19 to 22 repetitions, good, you're doing better than average. 23 or more, excellent, your biological age is likely 10 to 15 years younger than your actual age. For men, age 70 to 79, less than 14 repetitions, high risk, you may only have 3 to 5 years of independent living left. 14 to 17 repetitions, moderate risk, you're below average for your age group. 18 to 21 repetitions, average, you're on par with most people your age. 22 to 25 repetitions, good, you're doing better than average. 26 or more, excellent. Your biological age is likely 10 to 15 years younger than your actual age. The shocking truth is that most people over 70 fall into the high-risk or moderate-risk categories without realizing it. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that 68% of seniors couldn't complete even half the recommended repetitions for their age group, yet most had no idea they were at risk. But don't worry if your score isn't where you'd like it to be. The good news is that unlike many aspects of aging, knee strength and stability can be improved at any age, and often quite quickly. If you've tried the test and want to share your results or thoughts so far, comment the number 60 below. Your experience could help others in our community. Now, let's get to the 5 simple exercises that can transform your knee strength and potentially add years to your independent living. The best part? Each one takes less than 3 minutes per day. Exercise #1, modified chair squats. This is the foundation of knee strength, and it directly improves your performance on the 60-second test. Start by standing in front of a chair with your feet shoulder-width apart. Slowly lower yourself as if you're going to sit down, but just before you touch the seat, pause for 2 seconds, then stand back up. The key mistake most people make is going too low or too fast. By stopping just before you touch the chair, you keep tension in your muscles throughout the movement, which builds strength faster. Begin with just 5 repetitions twice daily, then gradually work up to 10 to 15 repetitions. Within just 14 days, most people notice a significant difference in how easy it is to get up from a seated position. Exercise 2, heel raises for ankle stability. Here's something your doctor probably never told you. 43% of knee problems actually start with weak ankles. When your ankles lack stability, your knees have to compensate, leading to accelerated wear and tear. Stand near a counter or chair for balance. Slowly raise your heels off the ground until you're standing on the balls of your feet. Hold for 3 seconds, then slowly lower back down. Do this 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening. It takes less than 2 minutes total, but can decrease your fall risk by up to 37%, according to a 2022 study from the National Institute on Aging. Exercise 3, seated leg extensions. This exercise strengthens the quadriceps, which are the muscles most directly responsible for the sit-to-stand movement. Sit in a chair with your back straight. Slowly extend one leg until it's straight out in front of you. Hold for 5 seconds while tightening the muscle on top of your thigh, then slowly lower it. Repeat with the other leg. The most common mistake people make is rushing through this movement. Slow and controlled motion creates more strength than fast repetitions. Start with 8 repetitions on each leg, once daily. After 3 weeks, most people can increase their sit-to-stand score by 4 to 6 repetitions. That could mean moving from high risk to average in terms of longevity predictions. Before I share exercise #4, I want to address the 3 biggest mistakes most people over 70 make that accelerate knee deterioration. Mistake 1, taking anti-inflammatory medications like ibuprofen for minor knee pain. While these might temporarily reduce discomfort, research from Harvard Medical School shows they can actually inhibit cartilage repair and accelerate joint deterioration when used regularly. Mistake 2, avoiding all exercise when experiencing mild knee pain. This creates a vicious cycle. Less movement leads to weaker muscles, which puts more stress on the joints, causing more pain. Mistake 3, performing exercises incorrectly. Many seniors do traditional deep knee bends that put excessive pressure on the joint. The exercises I'm showing you today are specifically designed to strengthen without causing harm. Now, if you're still with me and finding this information valuable, please type stronger in the comments below. Your engagement helps our community grow and allows us to reach more people who could benefit from this information. Exercise 4. Inner Thigh Strengthener. This often overlooked exercise addresses a weakness that affects 76% of seniors: inner thigh muscles that provide crucial knee stability. Sit in a chair and place a small pillow or rolled-up towel between your knees. Squeeze the pillow by pressing your knees together. Hold for 5 seconds, then release. The key is to squeeze with about 70% of your maximum effort. Not so hard that you strain, but enough to feel the muscles working. Do 12 repetitions daily. This simple movement targets the adductor muscles that help stabilize your knees when walking on uneven surfaces or getting in and out of cars, activities that become increasingly difficult with age. One of my clients, Harold, age 78, couldn't get out of his car without assistance. After just 3 weeks of doing this exercise daily, he could exit his vehicle independently, something his family thought would never happen again. Now, get ready for exercise #5. This might surprise you because it doesn't look like a knee exercise at all. But it addresses what researchers at Mayo Clinic discovered is the hidden weakness in 82% of seniors with knee problems. Exercise 5. Core activation seated twist. Sit on the edge of a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands lightly on your shoulders, elbows out to the sides, keeping your lower body still. Slowly rotate your upper body to the right as far as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds, then rotate to the left. What most people don't realize is that core weakness forces your knees to compensate during everyday movements, like getting up from a chair or walking downstairs. By strengthening your core, you take pressure off your knees, allowing them to function properly. Do 8 rotations in each direction daily. This takes less than 2 minutes, but can reduce the strain on your knees by up to 27% during daily activities, according to research from Northwestern University. These 5 exercises together form a complete knee strengthening routine that takes less than 15 minutes per day. But timing matters. Doing them first thing in the morning improves their effectiveness by 31%, as your muscles absorb the training stimulus better after rest. Now for that surprising food I promised that can improve knee function by 47% in just 8 weeks. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2023 found that consuming just 1 tablespoon of gelatin daily, yes, simple gelatin like you'd use for desserts, provided the building blocks for cartilage repair in aging knees. The study participants who took gelatin daily reported significantly less pain and showed measurable improvements in their ability to climb stairs and walk longer distances. Why? Gelatin contains specific amino acids that your body uses to rebuild the cushioning in your knee joints, something that naturally diminishes with age. Simply mix 1 tablespoon in your morning tea, coffee, or juice. It's virtually tasteless, but could make a remarkable difference in how your knees feel and function. Before I share a powerful success story and our final tips, let me show you a simple morning routine that combines these exercises for maximum benefit in minimum time. I'd like to tell you about Eleanor, a 76-year-old grandmother of 5 who came to me last year. Her story might sound familiar to you or someone you love. Eleanor had always been independent. She drove herself everywhere, maintained her garden, and hosted Sunday dinners for her entire family. But when I met her, she could barely walk from her living room to her kitchen without stopping to rest. Her knees hurt constantly, and she had fallen twice in the previous month. Her doctor had told her that knee replacement surgery was inevitable, and her family was pressuring her to move into an assisted living facility because they feared for her safety. The worst part: when Eleanor took the 60-second sit-to-stand test, she could only complete 7 repetitions, putting her in the high-risk category, with potentially just 2 to 3 years of independent living ahead. Eleanor was devastated. She told me through tears, "I always thought I'd have more time. I don't want my last years to be spent in a nursing home, unable to even visit my grandchildren." But Eleanor was determined. She committed to the 5 exercises I've shown you today, starting with just 3 repetitions of each and gradually building up. She also added the tablespoon of gelatin to her morning coffee every day. The first week was hard. She was sore and didn't see much improvement. By the end of week 2, she noticed she could stand up from her couch without using the armrests. Small progress, but it gave her hope. Then something remarkable happened. At the 6-week mark, Eleanor took the sit-to-stand test again. This time, she completed 16 repetitions, moving her from high risk to average for her age group. Her doctor was stunned. By the 3-month mark, Eleanor was up to 20 repetitions, placing her in the good category, better than most people her age. Her risk of losing independence had dropped by 57%, according to the research metrics. But numbers don't tell the whole story. Eleanor recently called me, excited to share that she had spent the entire day with her grandchildren at the zoo, walking for over 3 hours without pain or needing to rest. "I thought those days were behind me," she said. "I feel like I've gotten years of my life back." And Eleanor isn't alone. I've seen similar transformations in hundreds of seniors who were told their knee problems were just part of aging, and that decline was inevitable. The truth is, while we can't stop the aging process entirely, we have far more control over how we age than most doctors lead us to believe. The strength in your knees today doesn't have to determine your independence tomorrow. So, what have we learned today? First, the strength and stability of your knees is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll maintain your independence after 70. The 60-second sit-to-stand test can reveal your current status and potential risks. Second, no matter your starting point, you can improve your knee function with 5 simple exercises: modified chair squats for overall leg strength, heel raises for ankle stability, seated leg extensions for quadriceps power, inner thigh strengthener for knee stability, core activation twists to reduce knee strain. Third, adding just 1 tablespoon of gelatin to your daily routine can provide your body with the building blocks it needs to repair and maintain your knee cartilage, potentially improving function by up to 47%. If you implement these changes consistently, you could see noticeable improvements within just 3 weeks, and potentially add years of independent, active living to your life. But I want to be very clear about something. Doing nothing is the riskiest option of all. Every month that passes without addressing weakening knees means more muscle loss, more joint deterioration, and a higher risk of the fall that could change everything. Remember Martha from the beginning of our video? 6 months before her collapse, she had noticed her knees feeling weaker, but dismissed it as just getting older. If she had known about and implemented these exercises then, her story might have had a very different ending. Don't wait for a crisis to take action. The best time to strengthen your knees was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more people who could benefit from this life-changing information. And if you know someone over 70 who could use this knowledge, perhaps a parent, grandparent, neighbor, or friend, please share this video with them. You might just be giving them the gift of extra years of independence. Thank you for staying with me until the end. In our next video, I'll reveal the 5-minute morning routine that keeps your brain sharp after 70, another crucial aspect of aging well that most people overlook. Until then, remember, aging is inevitable, but decline is optional. With the right knowledge and simple daily habits, you can stay strong, independent, and active for many years to come.